Hi there and welcome to Beauty Talk. My name is Linda, and if you didn't know me already, I love everything about skincare, makeup and beauty. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you all the techniques and products that I use to achieve these curls, but also how to get them to last at least 3 to 4 days without having to heat style my hair again. So if you're interested in learning that, please keep on watching. But before, I wanted to ask you please to subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. To see how my channel is growing has been so exciting. It's been growing really slowly but steady, and that just keeps me very excited. I'm happy to see how this community is slowly growing and how much we are going to be learning together. So please don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to give me a like at the end of the video so that I know you like this type of content. And also go follow me over on Instagram. I also share some other techniques there, some beauty tips and things, but also a little bit of my personal life. So if you're interested, go and follow me over there. And now let's get into the video. This video is actually based on another YouTuber's channel who is a hairstylist from Miami, and I think he owns the salon. It's called Live Love Locks. I based this video on his video. He has a video that shows you how to make sure that how to get your curls and style your hairstyling to last longer. So I decided to put it to test, and actually I felt that his techniques were really good and they have helped me a lot. So that's why I decided to make my video based on his video, because the man doesn't have hair. So I thought it only made sense that somebody that actually has hair put the method to test and share it here with you. So his video, I'm going to be linking it down below if you're interested in watching, and do go watch it. I watch a lot of his videos. He has a lot of really good advice for hair care. Really good. Been learning a lot from him. So the other thing I wanted to share with you before getting into the whole styling process is my hair type, because I think this can actually have an impact on how your styling is going to go about, but also in what kind of products you need to be looking out for in order for your hairstyle to look good and hold well. So my hair type is very thin, but I have a lot of hair. I also have a very oily scalp, so it makes it harder to go longer without washing my hair. However, I still manage to wash my hair every 3 to 4 days. So I do that using a lot of dry shampoo. The other thing is that I do not dye my hair. This is my natural hair color. I have a lot of white hair that's starting to show, but it's not too bad. So I'm not really worried about having to dye my hair at this moment. And so yeah, those are the things I wanted to let you know about my hair type. All right, so the first step after you wash your hair, when your hair is still damp, he suggests to use a leave-in conditioner. And he says that it's really important to use a leave-in conditioner because when you wash your hair, even though you use conditioner, when you come out of the shower, the moisture is going to evaporate. So he suggests to use leave-in conditioner so you can seal the moisture and you can lock it in your hair. And that's also going to help nourish your hair, protect it from, environmental stressors and heat. So he often talks about taking care of your hair, in 3 different ways. So he recommends that you need to take care of your hair that's close to the scalp in one way, and your mids in another way, and your ends in another way, or using different products for each of these sections. And I think it really makes sense. So in your scalp, you would be using your shampoo, and then in the mids, you don't really use shampoo. There you use your conditioner. But then when you come out of the shower, you want to make sure you use leave-in conditioner to protect and nourish the mids of your hair. And then at the end, when you finish styling your hair, you maybe use something else for the ends to seal the split ends and to nourish and strengthen and so on. So The thing is, I don't use the leave-in conditioner. That's the only step that he suggests that I am not doing at the moment, but I definitely look forward to investing in a leave-in conditioner to see if that can further help my hair just be a little better, especially since I've been suffering from a little bit of breakage in the past few months. So I'm hoping that maybe when I start using something like that, it's going to help my hair a little more. So instead of using a leave-in conditioner, what I do use is some kind of product that's going to give me volume. He doesn't talk about that. He doesn't make that as a suggestion in that particular video, but it's something that I like to do because my hair is so flat and lifeless. I like to use something that's going to help me get my hair so it can look a little bit more voluptuous. At the moment, one of my favorite thickening sprays is this one from Kristin Ess, and this one is great because it does actually have some ingredients that could potentially work like a leave-in conditioner, but also that is just going to help the hair look thicker and fuller. And in addition to that, these kind of products also have, or at least this one, I know it does have ingredients that are going to help with the styling of the hair so that the style can hold longer. So it's very important to notice that. So the second step would be to use a blow dry cream. So something that is going to help protect the hair from the heat of the blow dryer. And I am using this one from Kérastase, from its Chronologist range. It's called Thermique Règènèrant, and it says youth revitalizing blow dry care. It is really, really good. So this again is going to give the hair a little bit of nourishment. It's going to help detangle the hair as well, but it's also going to protect it from the heat of the blow dryer, as I already said. So he definitely recommends to use a blow dry cream. It doesn't have to be this one, it can be any other. I just particularly really like the products from Kérastase, and I think actually the more famous one from them is the one that is in a green tube, which is the Thermique cement, something like that. However, this one is really good, and I'll be honest with you, I actually mix a little bit of this with the oil, just a tiny drop, and I mix a little bit and I apply this to my mid ends all the way to the ends before I blow dry my hair. So after this, what I do is I brush my hair just to distribute all the product, and then I go and proceed with blow drying my hair. I only do a rough blow dry. I don't use a brush, a round brush or anything like that. I just do a rough blow dry with my head upside down to help my hair get a little bit more volume, but also just to get my hair dry. I usually will do this and get my hair 90-95% dry, and then the rest it will probably just dry within a few minutes, or just shortly after. So the next step before using the curling wand or the curling tong is to use a heat protectant on my hair. He strongly advises to use a heat protectant, and that's something that I have been using already for years, and I will definitely equally recommend this. I strongly recommend you use a heat protectant before using any hot tool. He says that the blow drying cream is going to help you with the blow dry, and it's a different heat from the blow dry. Meanwhile, you want to use something, again, if you're going to be using another hot tool, especially something like an iron. So I've been using this one from Kérastase, again, from the Genesis range, which is called Dèfense Thermique. And this is also like a leave-in conditioner, so that's why I'm not too worried about missing out on that step that he suggests of the leave-in conditioner right before. So I've been using this one, and I really love this product. It's a little bit dense, so instead of spraying it directly to the hair, I kind of spray it on my hand because it's so dense, it's almost like a cream. It's very lightweight, like a lotion. So then I apply that to my hair before I start curling it with the curling tong. And using a heat protecting like this kind is also really great. In addition to giving you a little bit of these conditioning agents to the hair and protection and all these things, it also has, again, ingredients that are going to help with the hold of the style. Really important. That's the great thing about the new technology in hair care, that they have these very smart ingredients that actually help your hairstyle last longer without having to use any other things. So when it comes to using the tong, he has a very specific technique, and that's something that I wasn't aware before, or I didn't apply that kind of technique while I was using the tong, and I'll show you. So the way he recommends to do the curl is to actually do it like this, and then you want to start by putting the curl through the barrel, this section of the hair, of course, through the barrel, and you want to start doing that from the top part, so the closest to the roots, right? And then you're going to leave the end out and not in contact with the barrel with the heat. So in this way, what happens is that the curl starts from your roots. And what I like about that technique, and I think he speaks about this, is that when the curl or wave is starting so above or so close to the root, what's going to happen is it's going to help the curl kind of like go down slower. So I really like that. But the other thing that I like about this technique is because you're not starting from the bottom part, which I used to do before. You start like this, right? What you're doing is actually starting from your ends. And that is actually going to be kind of like harmful to your ends. So by doing it this way, the way he explains, your ends have less contact with the heat. Therefore, they're being, you're protecting them in a way, because the ends, if you think about it, the ends of our hair are the most vulnerable to damage. They are actually the most damaged part of our hair. So exposing them to less heat is probably a little bit more sensible. So I apply this technique all over my hair. Obviously, before that, I section my hair just very simply in 4 sections. I start with the bottom part, making sure that I'm using the heat protector in all my hair, and then I go on throughout all my hair in the same way. Then what I do is that I am going to let my hair cool down completely. I'm gonna let my hair cool down absolutely. I will wait an hour if I have to. I will go and do something else, and then only then I will come in and use a final product, which is a serum or an oil. He recommends to use a serum or hair oil, and that's something that I have been doing already for a few years. And my favorite is, again, another product from Kérastase. I'm not endorsing them. I wish I could work with them, but this is me. I genuinely love their products. So I really like this one from Kérastase. This is a serum that you can use. You can actually use it before when your hair is wet, and you can use it after, and you can use it, in the following days, just to kind of like provide a little extra more nourishment to your hairs. So this one is what I like to use, and actually I've been mixing it again with a little bit of the oil. So I use these two. Obviously I don't use too much of it because then it can get heavy on the hair. So I use just a drop of the oil and a pump of this for 2 sides. So I section my hair, I use pump and a drop of oil on this side, and then I use on this side a pump and a drop of oil, and then I put that all over my hair. And the trick here is that you want to ensure to use the serum and or the oil. You want to make sure you use it on the ends, because that's what's going to help seal the ends, but also to protect them and provide shine to the hair and just make the hair look more polished overall. And then once you finish putting the most of the product there, when you almost have nothing left on your hands, that's when you're going to take your hands and you're going to go all over the hair to kind of like, tame those flyaways with the rest of the product. So that's what I do. Usually I will just go to sleep and I won't brush my hair. And in fact, you don't need to brush your hair if you don't want to. You can just comb your curls with your hands, or use a thick comb or a wide tooth comb, better said. And you can just leave your curls like that. It's going to be a matter of preference, right? What I like to do is that I just leave my hair until the next day. So in the following day, what I like to do, and I say this because I tend to wash my hair in the evening, so I don't really go out anywhere. but if I were to go out, I'll probably do the same process. So what I like to do in the mornings is, before I brush my hair, I apply a little bit of dry shampoo, and I might use either the Kristin Ess Dry Shampoo or this one from Baptiste. I just use a little bit because it's the next day, so I don't really need to be using so much product, but I like to use a little bit to give my hair a little bit more volume, but also to kind of like slow down any potential oil production in my scalp. Because I have a very oily scalp, so I don't want my hair to get oily very quick, and this is really helpful. So then I like to brush my hair, and I like to brush my hair because I like the curls or waves to be a little bit softer, and this is how they look in the first day, because I've just curled my hair today. So this is how they look, and after I've brushed them through. And I also like to brush my hair with my head upside down, because that's also going to help me get a little bit more volume up here in the roots. And then what I like to use after is either a dry texturizing spray, like this one from Kristin Ess, or a little bit of hairspray. And I really like this one from Coco Loco. This is Lee Stafford, and it's called Firm Hold Hairspray. This one's really nice. It smells like coconut. My favorite hairspray is actually from L'Oreal Elnet. Thing is that I just don't tolerate the smell very well anymore. Unfortunately, I don't. So this one smells like coconut, and somehow coconut is a smell which I'm fine with. So those are the two products that I use to kind of finalize. He doesn't talk so much about this as a final step. I think he doesn't talk about that in his video. However, he does say that, you don't need to use anything else. And I use this and I don't use anything else, and my hair will stay nice and wavy for the next 3 to 4 days. In fact, I'm going to be showing you some clips how my hair holds up in the following day after I've curled it, and then the third day, and then the fourth day right before I wash my hair. And you will see that even the fourth day right before I wash my hair, I still have the waves in they're a lot more looser. They're not as as defined as they are in the first day, such as today, but they're definitely there. So you can see here, this is the first day after I have curled my hair, and the curls are pretty well defined, even though I have brushed my hair, which I do brush my hair every day. And this is the second day. You can see the curl is a little bit softer, but still pretty defined. And then on the third day, it is starting to look more like a wave. And then on the final day, which is the fourth day, where I usually wash my hair, and you can still see that there's more of a wave, but it's still like a nice natural
so
wave.
It's going to be a matter of preference. You would want to, if you want to maybe brush them out fully, or if you just want to use your hands because you prefer the curls to be more defined. And then if you are like me, you will see that the hairstyle kind of like the wave becomes just softer throughout the days. And I particularly really like it, and I think this method has been really helpful. The way that he explained it and the way that he suggests to do these things have been really helpful for my curls and waves to last quite a good time. For me, 3 to 4 days is really amazing, because that's about when I wash my hair. And yeah, so I'm pretty satisfied with this method, and I hope you find it useful. And if you do try this method, please let me know. I want to see how you get along with it. And if you did stay all the way to the end to this video, I want you to know that I really appreciate. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. And if you have any other question or suggestion for a video or something, let me know in the comments. I will be happy to try to answer you, and please, whatever your interests are in regards to beauty and hair care and all these kind of things. And without anything else to say, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!